Hello, all my doodle friends, and Happy New Year! It's 2025, and we are ready for the new year to begin. We took a break last week, as many of you know, and I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year with your families and friends and whoever you spend the holidays with. We certainly did. We went to Connecticut and we had a lovely time with our family. The kids got a white Christmas, so that was very special for us living here in Arizona. We don't get that very often, and so we had a really wonderful time, but we're ready to go dive back in and start 2025. In this week's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the year to come and what our plans are for our future breeding program. So I'm going to let you in on what our plans are, and I'm also going to discuss a hot button topic to start us off with the year, and we're going to talk about back-to-back breeding. Is it good? Is it bad? What is it? What does it mean for the dogs in general and for breeders? And so we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're going to just dive right in. So come on, let's go. Okay, so here we are. Let's go ahead and talk about our plans for this upcoming year, 2025. You may see my doggies in the background walking around. We are dog sitting, so I've got Persephone and Susie here. You've met them in previous videos. We dog sit for them often, and so they might be in the background. You might hear my older dogs in the other room. They're having some playtime together separately. Sometimes it's nice to separate them out a little bit. So I've got dogs everywhere, so you may see them roaming around in the background. Anyways, so let's go ahead and dive in. We have to start off this video with a big announcement, and that is, dun, 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 both Ivy and Lulu are in heat. We were just on vacation, like I mentioned in my opening comments, and my dog sitter went ahead and texted us on Christmas morning, Merry Christmas. We have a little Christmas miracle. Both Ivy and Lulu are in heat at the same time. That's never happened for us before. And so while it's very exciting, it's also a little scary. So the question comes, are we gonna go ahead and breed them both? And I think the answer is yes. We are gonna go ahead and breed them both at the same time. We are gonna use the same stud. I've already got it on the calendar. We're actually gonna start, I'm looking at the calendar over here. We're gonna start on Sunday. Today's Thursday, January 2nd. We're starting Sunday the 5th. So I will keep you posted on how that all goes. I'm actually gonna do a whole video on how we do our mating procedure. I'm gonna call it procedure. I'll make that for the next video and tell you all about how that goes, because it's actually very interesting. So we are planning to go ahead and have both Ivy and Lulu mated, and then we'll see what happens. And then for the rest of the year, they'll probably go back into heat sometime in the fall. And so we'll probably go ahead and mate them again. I don't know if they'll be in heat at the same time again. That's very rare, so I don't know. So we'll see how nature takes its course, but we'll go ahead and mate them again as long as everything goes well for the first one. And then we'll go ahead and mate them again, and we may have some Christmas puppies, so that would be fun. So we'll keep you posted on that end. So 1 litter at a time, those are our plans. So that would be a total of 4 total litters that we would have maximum for this year. And so with that said, that is our current plan. We do have some up and coming mamas with Harper and Maisie, but they will not be ready to be mamas until 2026. So for this year, it's just gonna be Ivy and Lulu. Okay, so that's our current plan. I did have a question from someone that said, will we ever get our own stud? Like, would we ever have a male dog in our house for to use as our own stud? Because we do go out and use another breeder's stud dog for our matings. And so the short answer would be no, not in our house. There is a possibility that we could get a dog, a male dog, and maybe give it to a guardian home where they keep the dog, but then we are able to use him for those purposes. That's a possibility, but right now it would be too much to have a male dog in the house with all of these females. It would just be mayhem, and I don't want to have all of that. I'd rather just outsource that and then have the dogs that we have, because we have a lot of dogs. Like I said, I could do a guardian home where they either get a lower price dog from us or a free dog, with the caveat that we would take that dog into our home or use that dog whenever we needed to. That is a possibility, which a lot of breeders do. But I think for right now, we're happy with our situation. We have a wonderful stud dog that we've been using, and he also has a brother also. So if we didn't have Boots or he wasn't available, we could use his brother. Same lineage, and they all have wonderful DNA and health records. And so I really trust them. He's been proven for us. He's got great sperm and it always works, and we get really amazing, healthy, beautiful puppies from this breeder. So we're happy with what we're doing right now. So that's our current plan. We're not getting any more dogs right now anytime soon. So the next thing I do want to talk about in this video, there's Barkley. Sorry, he's making noises. The next thing I want to talk about is something called back-to-back breeding. And that is a hot button topic for many people out there in the world. And I'm just gonna start off by saying, this channel is obviously for entertainment purposes, and you do what you need to do for your breeding program. Everything I'm gonna say is we work closely with our vet. And we do a lot of research, and we will only do what's best for our animals. These are our pets, and we treat them with all the love and care that we do with our own children. So I just want you all to know that anybody who's followed me knows that I do the best I can to be very responsible, and I treat my animals really, really well. And so I wouldn't do anything that would hurt them. And so when we talk about back-to-back breeding, some people do believe that that's not enough time. Back-to-back breeding means, so let's start from the beginning. Dogs have a heat cycle usually twice a year, every 6 months. That's done. So if you've missed one, you got to wait 6 months for the next one. So that's why we like to try to jump on whenever they have their heat cycle, to go ahead and jump on that and see if we can get them bred. But so back-to-back breeding basically means they have a heat cycle, they're pregnant, they whelp their puppies, and then the very next heat cycle 6 months later, we breed them again. So that's back to back. There's no breaks in between. Some people think there should be a break in between to give them more recovery time, and some people say actually it's better, and this is where we're going with. Our reproductive veterinarian specialist agrees it is actually better for them to be bred back to back for a few litters, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the most. We're doing 4. I think our vet also says 4 is probably the max we want to do, and then retire them early and have them spayed, and then they'll be spayed, and then they can just live out the rest of their lives as our pets in our home, of course, like they already are. So that is our current plan, is to breed them back to back up to 4 times. And have 4 litters. They can each have 4 litters of puppies, and then retire them early. And so that's our current plan, is to do that. Now, for people who say that that's not good, or that there should be more time in between, the reasoning behind this, the sort of scientific reasoning that a lot of veterinarians will agree with, is that the more heat cycles a dog goes through, whether they're bred or not, the more chances that they have of getting something. It's like a bacterial infection in their uterus, and that's called pyrometria, and that can be very dangerous for a dog. And so we want to really make sure that we keep our dogs young and healthy, and just have them spayed as early as possible when they're finished having their litters. And so as long as the dogs have, our dogs have recovered, like they had a good pregnancy with no problems, puppies had no problems, and their recovery time, there were no issues. So their hair grew back well, they're eating, they're in excellent health, they've completely recovered. And typically a dog, when they have completely recovered, their body tells them that they're good, and then they have their heat cycle. And so Mother Nature kind of takes over and allows. This is the time when all the dogs in our neighborhood start to chat about the day. And so they're all getting in on the gossip, okay, of the day. So, shh, okay. Come on in. Okay. So, what was I saying? So it's important, I've lost my train of thought. It's important though to make sure that your dogs have fully recovered from each whelping and heat cycle and whelping cycle that they've had. And if they have, and your vet checks them out and everything is good, then go ahead and breed them again. The moment anything happens where it's questionable, they didn't recover well, there was some things wrong perhaps with the puppies or the whelping process, then of course we will reevaluate and skip or perhaps even retire earlier than our thinking, because we want to make sure we keep our dogs in excellent health. I'm gonna pause and let the dogs out. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. The dogs are all out. I had to separate them all and do all the things. Anyways, so we're back. So where was I? So that is our current plan. I think I talked about back-to-back breeding, what we've decided to do in correlation with our vet. And if you have any questions about that, I'm happy to answer them to the best of my knowledge. I obviously am not a veterinarian. If you have any breeding questions like that, you might want to ask your veterinarian about that. I can only answer from my experience. And so I just, but I'm happy to talk about anything and everything if you want to put any questions down below. So that is our current plan. We're going to go ahead and back-to-back breed as long as it's good. And I'm going to go ahead and fill you in on the progress when we breed the girls next week and see how that all goes. So we're very excited for 2025. We hope you had a wonderful new year, and we will see you all in the next video.
Go play. Maisie, go play. Go, go, go. This is Maisie and Harper. Harper's our darker one. Hi, babies. And we're also dog sitting here. Let me see if I can pan the camera. Seems like we're always dog sitting in every other video. Here we are. There's Susie, the brown dog with the white face. And then here's Persephone from the first litter. This is their sister. Look at their size. So I think Persephone's a little bit fluffier. Oh, hello. No, we're not National Geographic here. Here. So this is Persephone, and these are her sisters. So she's here for a visit. We're just dog sitting for a few days while their family is away up north in Arizona, where there's a little bit more snow, and they are going to have some good sledding time. So cute. So we've got these four here, and then of course I've got Ivy and Lulu are in the other room having a rest. They're in heat, of course, and Barkley is also in another room having his rest. So I'm taking them out in shifts so they can play. They're so cute. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, okay.